Hello, welcome to Jazzology, presented by Savage Content. I'm your host, Willard Jenkins. We're here every other Friday, giving two jazz fans the opportunity to compete against each other for a chance to win $100. Each contestant will be asked a question worth 2 points. If they're unable to answer correctly, their opponent will have the chance to steal the question for 1 point. We'll ask 10 questions, and at the end of the 10 questions, the person with the lowest score will get a bonus question for the opportunity to tie the score. If they're successful, the game will go to sudden death. Each contestant will take turns trying to answer the multiple choice questions until we have a winner. Our first contestant is our returning champion, Konrad Paszkudzki. He is a professional jazz pianist originally from Australia, now living in New York City. Our second contestant is Riccardi. Pardon me, I'm sorry, Ricky. Our second contestant is Riccardi, a Louis Armstrong scholar, historian, and the winner of the 2022 Grammy Award for Best Album Notes. You ready, Ricky? I know Konrad is. Hey, Konrad. Konrad won the coin flip, so Konrad is up first. Konrad, name the trombone player who has also specialized in playing various seashells on the bandstand and on records. Is that A, Wycliffe Gordon, B, Steve Davis, C, Steve Turre, or D, Bill Watrous?
Oh, I think I do know the answer to this. This is going to be C, Steve Turre. I saw him doing it a year ago.
That is correct. That is correct. And you know, Steve Turre is the father of our vanquished opponent from last week, Andromeda Turre. Ricky, which of the following jazz string players was a member of the string ensemble known as Quartette Indigo? Was it A, Akua Dixon, B, Jenny Scheinman, C, Regina Carter, or D, Brandy Younger?
Not a Louis Armstrong question. I'm going to say C, Regina Carter.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is A, Akua Dixon. And that's a bit of a trick for you guys because Akua Dixon is the mother of last week's contestant, Andromeda Turre.
I know Akua. I should have got that.
Okay, Konrad. Which of the following jazz critics and authors were recipients of the National Endowment for the Arts Jazz Masters Award for Jazz Advocates? Was it A, Leonard Feather, B, Dan Morgenstern, C, Amiri Baraka, D, Nat Hentoff, or E, none of the above?
Oh, I know Ricky's going to know this one, so I have to be careful. I always love the none of the above answer, but this time I'm going to go with A, Leonard Feather.
Don't make me mad.
I'm sorry. That is incorrect. Ricky, you have an opportunity to steal the point.
Let's go B, Dan Morgenstern.
That is correct. Dan Morgenstern was a recipient of the National Endowment for the Arts Jazz Masters Award for Jazz Advocates. Ricky, which of the following cities has a major jazz club known as the Dakota? Was it A, or is it A, Chicago, B, Milwaukee, C, Minneapolis, D, Indianapolis, or E, none of the above?
I never get out of New Jersey. So this is going to be another tricky one. I'm actually going to use Konrad's strategy. Let's say E, none of the above. I had a feeling.
That is incorrect. Konrad with an opportunity to steal the point.
All right, I know it. It's a beautiful club. I always love going there. It's going to be C, Minneapolis.
That is correct. Konrad steals the point. Konrad, you're up next. Okay. Which of the following singers were personal friends with Billie Holiday? Was it A, Hazel Scott, B, Carmen McRae, C, Ethel Waters, or D, Peggy Lee?
Let's stick with A. I'm gonna hold on to A. Let's try A.
That is correct. And actually, there was a trick there because there are two possible correct answers to that. Either A, Hazel Scott, or B, Carmen McRae. But you got it correct, Konrad.
Excellent.
Jazzology is brought to you by Savage Content, an exciting new purveyor of quality music programming. From podcasts to live performances and interviews, Savage Content offers an eclectic mix of curated entertainment programming for all music lovers. Be sure to follow Savage Content on social media to hear about our latest releases. And now it's time to ask our contestants our favorite question. How did you, Konrad, fall in love with jazz?
Well, I think my answer is the same as last week or 3 weeks ago. It was when I was taken to see Harry Connick Jr. at the Perth Concert Hall. I was maybe 11 years old. And that combined with getting the Oscar Peterson We Get Requests. Actually, there it is. That's the album. You should be able to see it. It's my favorite.
Ricky Riccardi, how did you fall in love with jazz?
When I was 15, I saw the Glenn Miller Story, the old Jimmy Stewart movie, and Louis Armstrong comes out and does one song, Basin Street Blues, and that was enough to get me curious. So then I checked out a compilation of his 1950s Columbia recordings, and the rest is history.
So you are a Louis Armstrong scholar, was actually turned on to jazz by Louis Armstrong.
That's it. It changed my life.
All right. Wonderful story. You are up next, Ricky. Which of the following musicians played with both the Duke Ellington Orchestra and the Count Basie Orchestra? Was it A, Harry Sweets Edison, B, Clark Terry, C, Herschel Evans, D, Sam Woodyard, or E, none of the above?
That's B, Clark Terry.
That is correct. Score the point for Ricky Riccardi. Konrad, you are up next. Italy's largest such event, the signature Umbria Jazz Festival, is held in July in the city of Perugia. However, Umbria Jazz also has a winter festival that is held the week after Christmas in what Italian city? Is it A, Florence, B, Turin, C, Orvieto, D, Assisi, or E, none of the above?
Interesting question. None of those really ring a bell. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. I think I'm gonna go with my favorite, the E, none of the above. Just see what happens.
Don't make me
mad. Unfortunately, that is incorrect, and Ricky has a chance to steal the point. Shall I read it again, Ricky?
Yeah, I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna say B. Turin.
B, Turin? Unfortunately, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, Orvieto.
Wow.
Orvieto, which is a beautiful city in and of itself.
There you go.
Good to know.
Ricky. New Orleans musician Troy Andrews is known by what name professionally? Is it A, John Baptiste, B, Kermit Ruffins, C, Kid Creole, D, Trombone Shorty, or E, Big Freedia?
D, Trombone Shorty.
That is correct. That is correct. We've got a real competition going today, folks. Konrad. The great pianist and composer Mary Lou Williams was born in which of the following cities? A, Kansas City, B, Pittsburgh, C, Baltimore, D, Philadelphia, or E, none of the above?
I'll be really mad if I got this wrong because Ricky definitely knows the answer to this. And I didn't get to watch his face for his expressions.
Yeah, you saw the smile on his face, right?
So I'm pretty sure I know. I think I know it's B, Pittsburgh. Don't make me mad. Oh.
That is unfortunately incorrect. And Ricky, you have an opportunity to steal the point.
That would be A, Kansas City. Oh,
that is incorrect. She was actually born in Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost
and you're right, Kansas City would have been an obvious answer.
Right. I thought it was too obvious.
Okay, Ricky. Number 10 is all yours. Which of the following jazz greats was most responsible for the advent of the Kennedy Center Jazz Program? Was it A, Jason Moran, B, Duke Ellington, C, Billy Taylor, or D, Frank West?
I'm going to say C, Dr. Billy Taylor.
That is correct. That is correct. And our current score is Konrad. You have an opportunity to catch up with our bonus.
Okay, I'm ready.
Which radio station that features jazz programming sponsors the hourly live wire music calendar? Is it A, K-Jazz, B, WBGO, C, WWOZ, or D, WCLK?
Gonna go with a lucky guess with B, WBGO.
That is incorrect. The correct answer, Ricky, you have a chance to steal this one. Let's get the correct answer from you.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with A, K-Jazz.
Don't make me mad. Nope. The correct answer is C, WWOZ.
Yep.
Konrad, you have one more opportunity to catch up.
Okay, all right.
Who was the original bass player in the band Weather Report? Was it A, Ron Carter, B, Jaco Pastorius, C, Alfonso Johnson, D, Miroslav Vitus, or E, none of the above?
All right, unless you're trying to trick me, I think it's going to be B, Jaco.
You know, Konrad, we actually gave you some extra edge there, an extra chance to catch up, but unfortunately, you weren't able to do it. And our winner for today is Ricky Riccardi.
Thank you. Thank you.
A few words from the winner.
Well, I'm going to say after winning the Grammy 2 weeks ago, this is definitely number 2 in the, the list of honors.
In the winnings category, huh?
Exactly. No, this was great. Konrad, you're fantastic.
Great job, Ricky. Great job.
Well, congratulations to Ricky Riccardi on your win. And if anyone watching would like to become a contestant on Jazzology, we'd love to hear from you. Follow us on social media at Savage Content. That's at SAVAGECNTNT, and send a message letting us know. You must be 18 years or older. And thanks so much to Konrad and Ricky and to everyone who joined us today. Remember, you can check us out every other Friday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you missed the show, you can find the archive on our Jazzology YouTube channel. Join us again next time for another edition of Jazzology.